Hello everybody, welcome back to Princess Friend. I am your host, Princess Friend. Today's review is for a movie that Prince made. It premiered on VH1. I think it played twice. It's called Love for One Another, and it is interesting. If you want to stay in the loop, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you are notified directly whenever we put out a new video. So what is Love for One Another? Well, it's about a woman who believes that she is Prince's soulmate.
I say that for two reasons. One, I believe for every man there is a perfect female counterpart. And two, it's because I'm a little crazy.
So she tracks him down to Paisley Park. Really hard to do because that's definitely not the place where we all know that he lives and plays music and does everything. And she figures out how to call him on the phone. She figures she's going to tell him, I'm your biggest fan and we're going to be amazing together.
Talk.
That's a strange greeting.
Who might this be?
Your soulmate. You know, for every man, the perfect female counterpart.
We don't serve alcohol here.
So first off, the girl is gorgeous, right? She is super, super attractive. And anybody would be so lucky as to have her, I guess, kind of stalk you. But it's interesting because as soon as she starts saying that she's interested, he kind of starts counter-stalking her, where like she sneaks behind a thing only to find a note like, ooh, I've been watching you the whole time and I knew you'd end up there. He basically tells her, no, the best you could be is my friend. I have enough fans.
My biggest fan?
Yes, if you would just meet me, you would see.
To your right, there should be a dictionary. Look up the word fanatic. That's longhand for what you are.
Over-enthusiastic, zealous beyond the bounds of reason. That's enough, thank you very much. I'm in complete control.
Wild and often dangerous enthusiasm. The best you can be is my friend. I don't need another fan.
And this is actually where the term friend started. And then it got cemented later on during Emancipation era, but this was where it started here. And then he leaves her definitions for fanatic and soulmate and stuff all around Paisley Park, leading her on a weird scavenger hunt. She ends up finding a computer and she clicks a couple buttons and it sees stuff pop up, and it's all part of the whole computer experience that he was doing around this time. The beautiful experience, the love for one another, gold experience, all these different things. And after he kind of leads her around all these different places, he ends it with, hey, you should come to the stage and I'll be performing. You'll see my soulmate, she'll be dressed in gold.
Is that any way to talk to your soulmate?
You're my soulmate?
Yes.
Says who?
My heart.
Come up to the stage, I'll show you my soulmate. Should be dressed in gold.
And of course this girl shows up in her best gold and she's like, of course I'm going to be dressed in gold. I'm dressed in gold. I'm your soulmate. And then shows up and there's Mai Tai and she gets all looking sad and stuff. And it's kind of a moment oh, wow, you're right. I really was kind of being a stalker. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. It's pretty simple, really. I mean, it's hard to even say that it's a movie because I think it's 45 minutes without commercials. It was made to be 45 minutes and then with commercials, it's a full hour on VH1. But I mean, I always enjoyed it every time I watched it. Now, the music was wonderful, all right? This was the only place where you could hear Rock and Roll's Alive and It Lives in Minneapolis, which was the review from a couple of days ago. At the time as well, it was the only place to hear The Jam, The Ride, Days of Wild. It was also the only place to see the Purple Medley video.
Conviction, I don't think so. I only knew one and never told it though. I thought about it many times. That's the kind of shit to make you check your mind. Is your blood type to type that flows? Is your blood type to type just stereo? A woman every day should be thankful. I've got the right. the ride. He's a nasty, nasty man. On the piano, y'all. Tommy Barbarella, give it up. Keep busting. Dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in it.
Obviously was also the set piece for the Gold video. There was just so many amazing things in this whole mishmash of like weird movie-esque kind of things. Even Nona Gay came on and she sang Inner City Blues, did a really, really soulful rendition of it. Like, it was so really pretty. And again, another example as to why I was very disappointed that her career did not take off more than it did.
Oh, made me wanna holler the way they do my life. Yeah, made me wanna holler the way they do my life. This ain't living, this ain't living. No, no, baby, now this ain't living.
These epic musical moments were kind of connected by those short vignettes that kind of made it a movie. It's kind of cute, but like, it's really hard to call this like a movie. It's more like an extended music video. Of course, I love it anyway. Prince's messages are on point. It's easily conveyed through the format of the movie. He always loved movies and that kind of thing, so he was always playing around with different things. The performances are amazing. The movie contained rare and unreleased music up to that point, and it was very pretty to look at. Prince looked amazing. The girl who was after him looked amazing. Maite looked great. The band looked wonderful. Like, Tommy Barbarella went shirtless on a couple of occasions. Mr. Hayes was wearing his mask, which looked like a Mardi Gras coolness. You know, Sonny had his afro picked out real nice. Michael Bland was, of course, amazing on the drums. Then you have Prince, and Prince was really awesome. He was sporting this, like, really, like, loose black outfit that made him look kind of hip-hop, and of course he had Slave across his face, looking just amazing. So I would say that even if it's not a great movie, the sets were shiny, acting was good, and, you know, it's not that long, so you can just kind of sit back and relax and just enjoy the experience. So if you ever seen Love for One Another, I would love to hear your thoughts on the movie. If you haven't seen it, tell me what you think about what I've said here. Is it something you would even want to see? As you know, we're still doing our Patreon drive, and we're trying to hit a really high number of patrons, but before the middle of next month. We've already gotten a lot of people who are there to support the channel, so I definitely want to thank the patrons that are already there, but also I want to thank the 3 new patrons we've gotten since Monday, who are Howard Bruce, Rena Fagel, and Diane Scow. And if you are not a patron, please consider becoming a patron. It's a couple bucks a month, and it gets you access to blogs that I do, gets you access to bloopers from videos. The ones from the Gold Experience review were really, really fun to make. I am going to also start some early releases. Starting next week, patrons will get early access to some of those videos that will be coming out. Other than that, I definitely want to encourage you to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram is where I do like to share some of my behind-the-scenes stuff here at my desk, whereas on Twitter, we gave away tickets to For You earlier this week. On my Twitter, it was the only place that we could do it because it was a quick, kind of like a turnaround, same day, so making a video wouldn't work. You need to follow me on all the different platforms. That's the only way that you're going to have access to these really cool things that we have coming up. I love you all, and I look forward to the next video. May you live to see the dawn. Thank you to those of you who actually watched the end of the video things here. On that side are links to the Patreon and to the subscribe. And below me is the latest video that we've done, as well as one that is picked special for you. Because you're a special, special snowflake and we love you. Thanks for sticking around.